So, hey, Holly.
Hey, Dave.
How are you today?
I am doing great today. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to the What Difference Does It Make podcast.
Yay. So happy to be here today.
Yeah. So we are continuing to count down the songs that KROQ played. We're looking at the year 1984, and we are going to go from 100 to 91 this week.
You got it right.
Okay. So don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Facebook, you got to search for What Difference Does It Make podcast. Where can they find us on Twitter and Instagram and all those other things that you're in charge of?
The social media maven that I am on Twitter and Instagram. You can find us at WDDIM podcast, and check out our YouTube. We're posting new little clips every day, some stuff you won't necessarily hear on the podcast. And just search on YouTube for What Difference Does It Make podcast. And follow us, subscribe.
Yes. And if you feel the need, give us a review. Click on 5 stars or say, I love this podcast or something.
Just tell us what you think.
Whatever you think. It's always very helpful. And this is very exciting because we have a special guest. This is for the first time we're inviting someone into our countdown. We've got Mike Marrone, where you can find Mike Marrone's Basement, his internet radio show, MikeMarrone.com. You might know him best as the guy who originated the loft at Sirius XM. Mike, are you in your actual basement right now?
Yes, I am, as a matter of fact.
Nice. Okay. As advertised, he actually does the show in an actual basement.
Yes, an actual basement.
This is no smoke and mirrors. This is actually happening. Originator of the loft at Sirius XM, is that correct?
Oh, yeah. But I mean, you're talking about 1984, right?
Yeah, well, we're going back.
We assume that your knowledge of music, it could
Well, no, I mean, in 1984, Rich Robinson and I started WHTG in Asbury Park, FM 106.3, which was a mom and pop station that went on the air in the early 50s. And it was literally in a little house in the woods. And we turned it into one of the first commercial alternative stations in the country. So 84, I was there. That's when we started.
Hi, this is Danny Elfman from Oingo Boingo, and you're having a dead man's party here on FM 106.3, your rock alternative.
All right, the Cult starting us off on this Thursday, July 30th. Good evening, everybody. Mike Marrone with you on FM 106.3. And that is a just-released remix version of Wildflower. Came out about a week and a half ago or so. Right, Rich?
That's right.
Okay, fine. Before that, we heard Frank Zappa with a beautiful love ballad, Cosmic Debris from the CD Machine. And everything started out with 2 in a row from Oingo Boingo. Wake Up, it's 1984, 3 years ago. And Nothing to Fear But Fear Itself, leaving us 22 minutes after 5 p.m.
Commander, we are monitoring transmission at frequency 106.3.
I just saw a picture on your website. Was that a picture of the station?
That was the actual station, yeah.
That's crazy. And so, wait, so it was just the two of you? Who paid for this?
Me and Rich. And Rich and I had known each other for a while because he used to work for me in my record store. And he also used to run lights for my band. So we always wanted to do it. And he somehow convinced the owner to give us free reign. And we did. It was really wild. I mean, the place used to go off the air at midnight. And I did the very first overnight show, completely free form, and then wound up doing afternoons and being the music director and all that stuff. But yeah, we started with my records. I used to bring in 5 crates of records every show and then built it from there. It was pretty cool. And then I hired Matt Pinfield and a bunch of people. It was great.
Okay, so I have to ask you about growing up in Asbury Park. It feels like for someone growing up in Asbury Park, radio and music it was a given that you were going to do that.
Well, it was a given in my family because I actually didn't grow up in Asbury Park. I grew up in a little town called South Amboy, but was born in Jersey City, and my dad was a big band singer and stuff like that. And music's in my family and my blood. So yeah, I mean, I have a picture sitting on Dick Clark's lap on American Bandstand in 1961. So I was 5. I'll have to forward you that picture. It's hysterical.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been crazy about music my whole life.
It just seems like your future's cut out for you.
Yeah.
What was the name of your band?
Oh, the band was called The Amazing Bolts. We were nuts. Yeah, we were crazy.
Was that your tag? We are nuts.
No, we didn't have to. Our tag was "It makes us want to kill."
That's very good, Dave, though. I like that, the nuts and bolts.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Well, that's great. What was a day like in 1984 for you for working at this radio station?
Well, in '84, I was still doing the overnight. So, I would be on the air from midnight till 6 a.m., drive home, go to sleep in a few hours, get up in the afternoon and just listen to music and get ready to go do my show again. It was typical. Crazy.
It was typical. How did you find your music? Did you have you had a record store, but where were you digging for new music?
I had been, before there, I had worked at Gem Records, the importer, for a bunch of years, and had actually opened up their Texas branch back in like early 83, but I didn't like living in Texas, so I came back home and just was like DJing in clubs, and I would buy my music from, Cheap Thrills in New Brunswick, Music in a Different Kitchen, definitely by '84, which was a great little store also in New Brunswick. But I'd get it, we'd go to flea markets every weekend. It was great. Every day you'd look for records, you know what I mean? It was funny because when I saw the name of your show, What Difference Does It Make? I remember when I was at Gem out in Texas buying the first couple Smith singles on Rough Trade to sell, and I would always be listening to new stuff in my record room, and my wife, who generally didn't really pay that much attention, I put the Smiths on and she comes running into the room and goes, "What is that?" and to this day, whenever we want to say what difference does it make, we just look at each other and go ba-da-da-da-da, because it's the hook for the song. It was always one of our favorites, that and This Charming Man.
Yeah,
love that band.
Yeah, and it came out in '84.
Yeah, and I got to see them actually live in New York when they did their one and only show in New York. We got to see them. They were incredible, unbelievable band.
Yeah,
Billy Bragg opened.
Yeah.
Oh, where was it?
It was at the Beacon Theater.
Oh, well, my favorite. I used to love going.
It was great.
Yeah, I love going to shows there. Oh my God. Well, very good. So, and again, this radio station, it was freeform. Like you've kind of.
Well, yeah, it was totally freeform.
Yeah.
I mean, we played but we had a plan of what we wanted to do, which was, and my plan has never really deviated. It's always been risk reward. So what you want to do is give them something they know and probably know and love, and follow it with something that makes musical sense and that they don't know, so that they could go, well, gee, what was that song you played after blah, blah, blah? Or who was that artist that played after, the Beatles or whatever it was, to show that really in my mind, there's only ever been two kinds of music: stuff you like and stuff you don't. And that doesn't mean it's good or bad. It just means you like it or you don't like it. And I have always bristled at the over generalization of music. It's all music. It's all good. Just what you like or what you don't like.
It's personal. We've had many a discussion about that, how sometimes, especially when you were younger, your taste might get mocked. Like, it's such a personal thing, music, what you end up liking and don't. So that's very true. And
just because you or I like it doesn't necessarily make it good. So, so
exactly.
What?
But yes,
like a lot of different kind of stuff.
But yeah, and you took that philosophy to the Loft. I think.
And also to Coyote Radio in New Mexico and anywhere that I ever played or programmed.
So you've been around. You've not. I think
I'm an old man, dude.
I think of you as just the East Coast, but you've been the Southwest.
Over, yeah.
You've been up and down and all around. This.
You bet. It was funny. I have a 26-year-old daughter, and we kid around. She was made in New Jersey, born in Santa Fe, grew up in Massachusetts and Maryland, and now we're back in New Jersey.
We've talked about how difficult it is to introduce our kids to music. How How about you? What did she just?
Not difficult at all. She's always been crazy for it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
not to music, but to specific.
Yeah.
We want them to like, the things we like. We want them to experience it the same way we did. But you can't necessarily. You have to incept it. You can't say, here, listen to this. This is, I love this, so you must love this too.
No, I've never really had that philosophy. I let her, she right away, true story. When we were in Santa Fe and she was an infant, I used to have a jukebox and she had a little colic, kids get colicky. And if I got her in the middle of the night, I would, carry her downstairs and like kind of rest her in my arms on the top of the jukebox. And I used to play Watch the Sunrise by Big Star and she would go to sleep every night. And she always, like, when she was really, really small, she responded to, like, the Beatles. I would play her the Hard Day's Night movie, and she'd be loving it. And no, she's always been into all kinds of music. I mean, she went through the period of the A-teens back in the in the 90s. But it was cool because then that opened me up to say, oh, well, here's ABBA and she's way into music. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's what you hope for. Yeah. All right. So speaking of music and speaking of 1984, we got to get right into it because we're going to talk about 10 songs. I gave you a cheat sheet. You threw it away immediately. And so you just free ball it. Just go.
Off the top of my head.
Yeah. All right. So
I can't wait.
Yeah, this will be fun. What we do usually is KROQ, they have their Rock of the 80s now format, and they cut down their top 106.7 songs to top 80 songs. So I asked Holly
we work off the 106.7 list, but then go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, we talk about if this is still on their updated list, thinking like in KROQ's mind, this is music that's still relevant. So we're going to ask you if you would play this on Mike's Basement. If this song, like, you remember it enough, and it's it's fun enough to play again on Mike's Basement in the year 2021.
Sure.
All right. So we're going to start off with number 100. It's OMD's Tesla Girls. What are your first thoughts on that?
Well, my first thoughts on it are that I remember when that was brand new, and it definitely sounded different, but it was cool because it was danceable. And a lot of times back then, the only way we could survive when you're working at a mom and pop radio station was to also DJ in clubs. So that was a song that I would also DJ. I would also use in clubs. To me, I really don't think I would play Tesla Girls today on my current show, but I would play 88 Seconds Over Greensboro, which I think is the best song they ever did. Yeah. They were huge for us at HTG around that time with Tesla Girls. And what was the big song from Pretty in Pink? If You Leave Me, or
If You Leave.
Yeah.
If You Leave, yeah. That was a smash single. And that one, I would think, I don't know that I would play it today, but I certainly played it a lot back then. And we played Tesla Girls quite a bit.
This was the album Junk Culture, and Locomotion was also on that, another big OMD hit. What got the kids on the dance floor?
Everything we played on HTG, everything from like B-52s, obviously, even though that was late 70s, but everything from like the B-52s to, we used to throw in a lot of Tamla Motown stuff as well, because it mixed really well. And to like, the remixes of Love Removal Machine by the Cult and things like that. It all depended.
That's fun.
Like some of my personal favorites.
All right. So Mike would not play this. Holly, is this on their updated list?
I am going to say no. I don't think Tesla Girls is still on the list.
Tesla Girls is still on their list. It's now number.
I would bet it would be.
Yeah, it's
I mean, because you're asking me, would I play it on my show now? No, but if I was doing a if I was putting together something where it was hits of that era in that genre, that would probably be on there. Yeah, for me.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I love the song. It's not.
No, I'm not saying love or whether we like it or not is irrelevant, right, Holly? But what I'm saying is that, yeah, that would be a hit for them, definitely.
Okay. I'm going to ask you as well now if it's on the case, if you think.
You ask Mike. Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
I'm 0 for 1. Mike's going to be 10 for 10, I'm guessing.
Mike is our resident expert for right now.
You're in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so number 99. This is the first of 5 songs on the chart from Billy Idol. It's called Blue Highway. Do you remember it?
Barely.
Yeah.
Barely.
5 songs from Rebel Yell. Billy Idol was huge in LA.
Oh, enormous.
Yeah, but what about on the East Coast? That might have been something different.
Oh, no. East Coast, he was definitely, because he had the Long Island connection.
Yeah, he's a New Yorker.
He's from Long Island. So, yeah, I mean, Generation X, we used to play the shit. Can I say shit?
Yeah, go ahead.
The podcast.
We're adults here. This
Generation X. and all his stuff was in heavy duty rotation at HCG back then as well. But that song is not one. That was one of the ones I remember seeing on your list where I went, geez, I don't even think we ever played that.
KROQ just dug deep into, as I mentioned, 5 songs. You can never play enough Billy Idol. It was 84 was just the year where he could do no wrong.
Yep.
And I think that was the year you saw him, Holly.
I saw Billy Idol at the Palladium in Los Angeles in 1984. And the funny thing is, so Rebel Yell will be on, one of my favorites of all time, the album. But Blue Highway, I think I came to the song later. I think I decided how much I liked the song later, not in 84.
Did you own that album? Rebel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I just read his book within the last year. It was, wow. I mean, it's amazing he's alive.
Yeah. So he got in a car accident. He was, I want to say 1990. Yeah, a motorcycle accident in 1990. Yeah. This song from 1984, to me, it sounded like, because I don't always dig deep on the lyrics. Dave knows that. If it's got a good beat and you can dance to it, that's more my thing. But this song is actually about drugs, but it sounds like it could have been an accident. But it was written 6 years before he got into this motorcycle accident.
Are you a lyric guy? I mean, when you do, I'm sure you did themes to your, like on the Loft. I think there were always some themes. Do you dig into the lyrics first, or is it always the?
No, not first.
Yeah.
It really all depends. If it's a mellow tune, and then the lyrics would mean more to me. But generally, I respond to the feel of. Man, I'm going to sound like such an old hippie, but I usually respond to the vibe of the song, or the hook or whatever. And then a lot of times I'll go back and say, wow, that's what that's about. Or, you know what I mean? I didn't pick that up on first 10 listens.
Yeah.
Okay. It makes me feel better to hear somebody else like that. It's just, there's something that strikes you about music first, when you hear it, that isn't necessarily the lyrics.
Yeah, I mean, but if it was like, let's say a Leonard Cohen song, there's a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. I mean, that immediately you're going to, I pick up on, but generally it's just the music that will make me respond.
I read something while I was doing my research into Billy Idol, who I've loved since Generation X, but did you know where, and I don't know if this is true, but I read it, where he got the name Idol?
Was that in the book?
I don't think he covered that in the book.
Well, I can't quote my source right now, although it could be song facts. The name Idol is based on a report card he received that said William is an idle student.
Oh.
But he changed it. He decided on an alternate spelling so it wouldn't conflict with Eric Idle.
Yeah, like anybody would. Yeah, okay.
We always get
Billy.
Yeah, we get those guys confused. Is Blue Highway on the updated list?
You can ask Mike.
I'm asking both of you.
I would say no.
Holly?
I want to say yes because I love the song, but since there are probably 5 more or 4 more songs, or at least 3 more songs, maybe not.
This song is still on the list.
Holy shit.
Holy shit, I know, indeed. Number 69, of course, for Billy Idol.
Appropriate.
Yeah, exactly. Good for Billy. having a great time with Mike Marrone. We're going to take a break. We will be right back.
Welcome back to the What Difference Does It Make podcast with our very special guest helping us count down some of the KROQ songs from 1984, Mike Marrone.
Going to 98, Big Country, Where the Rose is Sown.
Oh, I love that song.
Do you?
Oh, I love that band was so good.
Yeah.
One of the best drummers ever on the planet. The drummer in Big Country, Mark Brzezicki. And he is also the guy who played the drums on the Cult Love album. He's just an amazing drummer and a great band. I remember I first got into them because they came out of the band The Skids. I remember working for the Yankee Dollar. That was pre-Big Country. And I just, that first album is a classic. I still think it's a classic.
Oh, The Crossing is amazing.
In fact, I just played on either the last show I put up or the one before that. I just played Chance by them. I just love that first album.
Yeah, I had no idea how many albums they put out. But 8 albums between 83 and 99. But Dave, this is from Steeltown.
Yeah, this is the second album.
Yeah.
But which it didn't hit me as much as The Crossing. It was kind of, for me, it was like a sophomore slump. And I don't.
Yeah, unfortunately, none of their other records really hit me like that first album. And of course, we all know what happened to Stuart Adamson. Unfortunately, drank himself to death, and that was just a shame.
I thought Big Country was going to be like U2 type level when that first album came out.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So anyway, it's is this song Where the Rose is Sown by Big Country on the list?
No.
Holly?
No.
Yeah, that is correct. It is no longer. It's a song forgotten in time. However, Mike, would you play it on The Basement?
Yeah, I probably would.
All right.
I probably would.
I look forward to hearing that. Moving on to 97, UB40, If It Happens Again.
Oh.
Now,
Yes, it's still on the list, and yeah, it should be. It's just a great single. I mean, if you look up the picture of a single, it could be that. It's just it's hook. It's short. Boom, great stuff. Love UB40.
Holly, what do you think of it?
I love the song. I forgot how much I loved it until I listened to it again while we were doing this. I agree. It's a perfect song.
So we never really talked about lyrics, but this is a song that's kind of pertinent today. This was written when Margaret Thatcher she won the Conservative Party she won the 83 election, and they were not too happy about it. And they contains the line, "If it happens again, I'm leaving. I'll pack my things and go. I won't say I told you so."
And how many people here have said that?
I wonder. Yeah, it's kind of ties into what's going on now.
I don't know that anything ties into what's going on now, Dave.
Well, yeah, okay, you're right. Crazy time.
That's true. I don't even know. Yeah, could we even come up with an appropriate song for this?
Oh, I could.
And
my song for 2020 is Dean and the Weenies. Fuck you. It's a. Have you ever heard that song?
Is it from Ween? Is it or is that?
No. It predates Ween.
Okay. Funnily enough, this song is not on the updated list.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know why, but UB4.
That's a surprise.
It's kind of a. I don't know. It's reggae light. It's kind of it's commercial. I don't know. It's while it is hooky, I don't know if reggae fans would probably hate UB40.
Yeah, but reggae fans aren't their target audience.
Yeah.
I would think that would be one. Although who knows how it did out west. Back then, you got to remember 1984, there was still quite a bit of difference between, say, what KROQ would play out in L.A. and what we would play at HTG or what LIR would play up in Long Island. Yeah. So, it might not have gotten that. Like, for example, Oingo Boingo out there, huge. I mean, we played them a lot at HTG.
Hi, this is Danny Elfman from Oingo Boingo, and you're having a dead man's party here on FM 106.3, your rock alternative.
but I don't think LAR played them as much. There was still some localization then. Certainly not anymore, but back then there was. So who knows?
Were you paying attention to what was being played around the country? Did it matter to you?
I didn't care.
Okay. Played it if you liked it. So that's great. Yeah. Okay. So now we're going up to 96. This is Trans X. And Living on Video. I know you didn't see the video, but the video is hilarious. It's so.
I used to play the video in a club.
Yeah.
Not my cup of tea, really, but I could see where people would like it, but I personally was not a fan.
These were Canadians and heavily influenced by Kraftwerk, to say the least.
Yeah, not for me.
What about you, Holly?
It's funny. I like this kind of music. I like this, synth stuff. Qualifying that again, I like synth music, but I don't like synthesizers and rock music, just to be clear about that again.
What about guitars? Because there's guitars in the video.
I read that this was actually a live performance from a TV show, a German TV show. This video was. Did you see that? Oh,
no, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I thought it was funny. It was entertaining to watch again. Slightly dated. But,
for me, this is even more catchy than, I like it better than the UB40 if it happens again. I think it's more catchy, even though it is derivative of Kraftwerk and just kind of that era. I think the song still holds up. And is this on the list?
My guess would be no.
All right.
I think it's on the list.
You think it's on the list?
Yeah.
It is on the list. And it makes a big jump. It's like higher up on the list.
Oh, wow.
It's moved up to 47 when it was 96 and 84. And now they pushed it up to 47. Yeah. So the people love it in LA, apparently. And actually, I read that they were named after a Kraftwerk song, Trans Europe Express. Yeah. So they kept their influences. They weren't hiding
on their sleeve.
Yeah, they were not hiding it at all.
We're so far ahead of the curve that it's not even funny.
Well, that's true. Did you play Kraftwerk?
Yeah.
You did? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We played Kraftwerk. We played Eno. We played Can. I mean, we were nuts. So,
And what were the ratings like? I mean, were people listening, or was it you had your loyal following?
You're talking about a 3,000 watt radio station in New Jersey in the middle of the woods. When we started it, I mean, we did show up. What was the other? There used to be a company called Birch. It was the Birch ratings as well as Arbitron. And we always would show up in the Birch ratings higher. But, at the station, it got more and more popular when they finally started getting real equipment and we got an antenna boost and all that stuff. So it was, our ratings were fine for a local station, but that wasn't the idea,
right?
At the time. So,
but you had your passionate fan base.
Absolutely. Still do. It's really weird. I mean, I'm back in Jersey now, as I've said, and I still see an occasional FM 106.3 bumper sticker.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I mean, the station sold in the 90s. So, it's wild.
It's not really weird. I mean, when you think about our loyalties, like our loyalties to KROQ, which I don't usually listen to now, but we felt passionate about it, and our passion about it continued, obviously. Yeah, just since we're doing this.
Just fond memories.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, we still talk about KMET, and it's been gone for a long, long time. Now we go to number 95, Bananarama. This is the first of 3 songs on the list. This was also the year of Bananarama. This song is Robert De Niro's Waiting. And
I played it. I would probably play it on a show now using a clip of Robert De Niro saying "fuck Trump" mixed in and out of it. Just for funsies, but they were cool. They were like, the 80s girl group. Remember there was a rumor back then that Bananarama gave a whole bunch of musicians in the UK the clap. But I'm not sure that that's actually true, but I remember reading that.
Before social media, it's amazing how things got around, like stories like that.
And would it still be on the list? I'm not doing too good on what would be on the list. I would say probably not, but since I say no, it might be yes. Who knows?
So I'm going to say yes. I love this. This is my favorite Bananarama song. And I can tell you that in the 80s, I wanted to be them. But it's funny because this video is, did you watch the video?
Oh, yeah. It's just a goofy video.
Yeah. But I was reading about it and I remember it. It's actually, it's supposed to be dark, a dark video, but I didn't interpret it like that then.
No, that wasn't it wasn't a dark video, but like I think, what was it? There were some gangsters that were following them, and so they were.
Yeah,
it was supposed to. I think
dark and with paranoia and
in the video. I think. Well, I read a thing saying they wanted a Robert De Niro lookalike, but instead they got a John Travolta lookalike.
Yes. And I also read, I don't know that this is true again, but that they originally had called the song Al Pacino is Waiting, but they realized that Robert De Niro sounded better within the context of the song.
Yeah. I
can't say enough about this, and I think the song is on the list. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about their sound.
Great singles. I mean, just, back. It puts me back in that era right away. Yes. When you think of them, he was really saying something, and Robert De Niro's Waiting.
Oh, with Robert De Niro's Waiting, what was it? It's just about watching movies and favorite movies. Let me ask you, Mike Marrone, what were your favorite movies in the 80s? What do you have a favorite?
Caddyshack.
It's a good go-to.
Yeah, Caddyshack, Where the Buffalo Roam.
Oh, wow.
That's like one of my favorite movies ever. Bill Murray just had Hunter S. Thompson down.
Mm-hmm.
So what other Bill Murray movies did you love? You got two?
Oh, all of them. Stripes.
Ghostbusters. Yeah, you might.
Meatballs. I mean, come on. Meatballs was funny.
Meatballs is still, yes, I agree.
Back then, yeah, definitely Where the Buffalo Roam and Caddyshack, without question.
Nice choices.
Dave, you didn't tell us if this song is still on the list.
Yeah, is it on the list?
I'm sorry. Bananarama is still on the list, number 70.
Oh, good for you, Holly.
Hey. Crazy.
Feeling fulfilled today.
Would you play Bananarama on Mike's Basement? Not particularly this song? Yeah, this one.
Yeah, I probably would. Not a lot, but I don't play anything a lot. So, yeah.
What is the idea behind Mike's Basement? What are you looking for when you're putting the show together?
I'm just having fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's no nefarious plot. There's no flow chart or any of that crap. It's what pops into my head. What sounds good.
Yeah. And what is the URL? Where can we find one?
Go to MikeMarrone.com. All one word. MikeMarrone.com. And you'll find it right there.
Very good. We are at 94. This is by a New Zealand band called Dragon, and the song is called Rain. All right, Mike, we're testing you out here.
No, I remember it. I remember the band. Okay. I never played it though, and never liked it, but I absolutely remember the band. Yes.
They were a band. They had some hits in the 70s in Australia and New Zealand area. Okay, for Holly, I know Mike will know the answer to this. There is a member in the band Dragon, and his name is Paul Hewson.
Bono? Is he related to Bono?
Okay, very good. I was just testing, wanted to make sure. No, it's not the same.
It's not Bon Bon.
No, it's not Bon. It's not Bon Bon.
I always call it Bon Bon.
Sure, it's more adorable. Tragically, Paul Hewson of the band Dragon passed away from a drug overdose in the 80s. Yeah. But this band Dragon is now in the Australian Hall of Fame. People remember them. People love them.
Especially in Australia.
Does KROQ love them? Are they on the list?
I would guess no, but I've been wrong just about every time.
Holly?
Yeah, I'm thinking no.
Yeah, they are no longer on this list. A band lost in time. So maybe Mike, you can revive them.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I didn't like him when it was new, so
And he has to be feeling it. So
that's right. Yeah.
I feel it. I'm not feeling the dragon love.
All right.
When I go to
all right. Not going to chase the dragon. Don't chase the dragon, Mike. All right. Come on.
No, I never did.
Good.
When I go for New Zealand stuff, it's usually something on Flying Nun. That label and the kind of twee indie sound.
The strum and thrum that we've talked about.
Yeah, I love it.
Let's go to 93. Howard Jones, new song.
That was a huge record for us at HTG. And I mean, I don't know that I would play it now, but boy, he put out some great stuff. Those early singles are so good. And it's funny because One Howard Jones thing, little tidbit I can give you from the HTG days. Early on in his career, I think he had like 3 or 4 songs out. There was a German import with 6 Howard Jones songs, 3 on each side, banded together, called the 12-inch thing or whatever. That was our bathroom break thing when we do a 3-play of Howard Jones. And because you could put this is pre-computers or anything, everything was vinyl. And you could put it on and it would just play all 3 songs mixed together. So that Howard Jones got a lot of airplay on HTG for bathroom breaks. New song was a great single, and I'll bet it's still on the list.
Holly?
No question, it's still on the list.
It is still on the list. Very good. Do you think this sounds a lot like Salisbury Hill?
No.
Okay.
Is that a thing?
That was a thing. There's a jock who refused to play it because it was too similar to Salisbury Hill. And I don't know. Little bit.
I didn't hear that.
Okay. Our 2 experts disagree that it does not sound at all like Salisbury Hill. So move it along tonight. Number 92. It's the Thompson Twins from the album Into the Gap, which was huge. This is the first of 5 Thompson Twins songs. You Take Me Up. What do you think of it?
I remember that. Yeah, it was a good single. We definitely played it. Don't know that I'd play it anymore. They were unique and very 80s. I would bet that's probably still on the list out there in LA. That would be my guess.
Holly?
I love this song. This is one of my favorite Thompson Twin songs. I love the sound of it. I like based on Black Spirituals. That's what I had read. It didn't do as well here as a lot of their other songs, but it still charted. It was on, went to number 2 in the UK, but only 44 here. I wanted to be on the list, but I know that they had, other hits from Into the Gap. So I'm going to say no.
Oh.
I want it to be.
Well, good, because it is. It's still on number 79. Just made it. Yeah. I mean, the Thompson Twins were huge in 84. It's crazy. I mean, they were so huge that they played the next year in 85, they played Live Aid. Do you know who jumped on stage with them to be a part of that moment?
I don't remember.
A little known artist named Madonna jumped up on stage to be with them.
Oh, God. Yeah.
They sang the Beatles Revolution during Live Aid.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that.
Oh, it's on YouTube.
The 80s, Holly.
Yeah. We're on to our last song. This is number 91 from Berlin, and the song is called Touch. Do you remember this?
Yeah, I remember it. We played Berlin a lot. Would never play it again, especially after Terry Nunn's appearance at the Mar-a-Lago Fiesta. Mm-hmm. They were good. I mean, Sex Ama was just a massive club record. Yeah. Massive. But I wouldn't play it again, no. And do I think it's still on the list? Because it's LA, I would say yeah, because they were so LA. But I have a feeling no.
Okay. And Holly?
I'm going to say no. Okay, so I can't remember because they had bigger hits than this, obviously. Sex and Metro and No More Words. But I can't remember the years or if they were on the same. This was on Love Life.
Those were earlier. No More Words was also on this album from 84, Love Life.
I'm going to say no also.
Yeah, this was not on the list. Also, No More Words is not on the list as well. So.
Really?
Yes.
The Metro is?
Yeah, 83, 82, I think it was on. Yeah. So this will probably be the last we will hear of Berlin until 1986 when a little song called Take My Breath Away.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Which I believe was the end of Berlin because they couldn't figure out what to do after that. Like that was a song that killed the band, I think, even though it was
Well, that's when, also SSQ, which Stacey Q came out and took that spot, because you had that slot in the playlist avails, for the blonde singer electronic band. You know what I mean? And, Stacey Q and SSQ, LA, the whole thing. So I don't know why I said that.
Okay. I was going to say, did you have any rules did you put any limits on yourself for like
only one blonde, one blonde sex pot?
How did you comprise an hour of music?
Usually I had different boxes of actual physical records in the studio. And there were no rules. I mean, different years later, but we're talking about 1984. No, it was completely freewheeling. It was crazy. It was fun. It was good radio.
Yeah.
You'll never hear it like that again, but it was good. But no rules, none of that like nonsense that I would always reject. Like, don't play two females back to back. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But it was a legitimate concern.
Yeah.
Those were the years to be in radio.
Next week, we're going to have Carmel Holt's going to be on the show, who's got...
Oh, tell her I said hello. I love Carmel.
Of course. She's got the Sheroes show, so she's, it's all female. So
Playing girl after girl after girl.
yeah.
Oh, geez, some consultant just blew his brains out. Unbelievable. No, it was, there wasn't a thing where you would consciously say, oh, well, we're playing too much synth pop. We need a few more guitars. Mm-hmm. But we just like kind of went by the seat of our pants, and we had everybody that was there. We were all like a family. We hung out together, everything. And we were always out in the clubs, and all of us pretty much worked in the clubs as well. So we knew what was going on out on the street, and we would bring that into the radio. And, to me, that's the best kind, because you're in the moment. You're interacting with people that are listening to you, and you're reflecting what is going on in your local area. There's no place for that anymore.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be anyway.
No.
Some people are trying. There's still a few.
I know. And the tools, look at this. I mean, who would have thought back then that you guys are out on the other side of the country and we're talking together in real time? I mean, come on. It's crazy stuff.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It is great. Speaking of which, Mike, you sound great. You really, you haven't lost a step. You sound amazing. Thank you so much for coming out and doing this for us. And
well, I had to come all the way down to my studio.
Yeah, I know. Thank you for walking down to the basement.
Dude,
taking care.
You guys do validate parking, right?
Yes, we
got you covered.
We do.
Okay, cool.
All right. Well, take care of your dogs, okay? And
I already have.
And yourself.
And yes.
Doing the best I can.
You're doing great. I'm so happy to hear your voice. You sound wonderful, and thank you for giving so much insight into these songs and making this show so much better.
God, I feel like I was Holly. You win though, because I think you were right more often than I was when it came to being on the list. So. Well, congrats.
I'll take that, but I don't really think so. Thank you.
All right, guys. It was fun.
Yeah.
I'd love to do it again.
All right.
Thank you so much, Mike. We'd love that.
Yeah, we really would. All right. Take care. Cheers.
Take it easy.
Yeah. Stay safe.
Okay, Dave, should we now? I wish we had Mike for this, but I know he had to be on his way. So I'm going to quiz you.
Okay.
We used to call it the 1980s quiz deck because it was an actual deck of cards, but we blew through those. So now we are going with the 80s music trivia quiz book.
Yes, and I have a book as well because I can't get your book. So in future episodes, I'm going to start asking you questions. Right now, you're just the quiz master. So go ahead and quiz away, and we'll see how well I did. Last week I did really well, and we'll see if I can continue the streak.
You were 10 for 10 last week. So I'm giving you 10 questions. They're all multiple choice, but first we're going to see if you can answer the question without the multiple choice options because you are so knowledgeable.
Yeah. All right.
You have this. I mean, I wish you were asking me these songs because these questions because I would look good.
All right.
Okay. Which of these songs by Wham was released first? A, I'm Your Man. B, Edge of Heaven. C, Wake Me Up Before You Go Go.
I think I'm Your Man. You're looking at me like that's wrong, but I'm going to stick with I'm Your Man.
You were wrong.
Okay.
It's Wake Me Up Before You Go Go.
See, for some reason, I think Wake Me Up was like one of their last songs, but apparently not. Yeah, apparently it was one of their first. I got my Wham upside down. What is Wham upside down? Wham upside down looks the same, doesn't it?
Wow. Yes. Actually, it would be pronounced the same.
Well,
very good. Are you writing that out?
Yeah. I was just
trying to show it to me on paper?
No, I'm not. Okay. You figured it out. All right. Go ahead.
From which U.S. city did the band DeBarge originate?
I'm going to say Detroit, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, you got that without the multiple choice. So
excellent.
Very good. Good on you. You're 1 for 2.
Okay. I know my DeBarge. Come on. L. I know my L.
Any others? James.
I'm an L guy. All about L.
All right. Who had a hit in 1986 with the song "You Keep Me Hanging On"?
Vanilla Fudge.
1986.
Oh, Supremes. Phil Collins.
Hey.
Phil Collins. Right? No, wait.
No, that's Lefto coming. That's
I'm thinking my head's all in the wrong space. Go ahead, give me the
but that's very good because that Phil Collins did You Can't Hurry Love.
Yes.
So no, this is You Keep Me Hanging On, and I'm going to give you multiple choices, and then you're going to get it.
Okay.
Laura Branigan, Bananarama, or Kim Wilde?
You know what? I'm not going to know this one. Is it a cover song?
Yeah.
Okay. I really have no clue, but I'll say Bananarama, but just to guess something. But it's probably
no, it is Kim Wilde, and it always amazes me when I know something that you don't because your knowledge of music runs.
Apparently, my Kim Wilde ends at Kids in America.
Which of these songs by Michael Jackson was released first? Man in the Mirror, Beat It, or I Just Can't Stop Loving You?
Okay, well that would be Beat It because Thriller.
Very good.
Yeah.
So you are 2 for 4.
Okay.
Who had a hit in 1982 with the song Do You Really Want to Hurt Me?
Okay, that's Culture Club.
You are 3 for 5.
All right.
In which year did the group Duran Duran release the album Seven and the Ragged Tiger?
Ooh, I think that was our year, 84. It could have come out in 85. Are the choices 84 or 85 or what's on the list?
Can I give you the choices?
Yeah.
81, 83, 85.
So 85.
83.
83. Ah, all right.
Which I probably would have guessed 85 also.
I'm getting my years confused.
So you were 3 for 6.
Okay. Keep going.
Who released the song Something About You in 1985?
Was that level 42?
Very good.
All right.
4 for 7.
Okay.
In which year did Billy Joel release the song We Didn't Start the Fire?
That was like late 80s, so it was probably 89.
You got that without even the choices.
All right.
Excellent.
Yeah, well,
Great.
we were in college then. I remember things from then.
Yeah, wow.
Some things.
You have a very good memory.
All right.
Maybe you've done less drugs.
Yeah. I did not I didn't ride the dragon, much like Mike Marrone.
Who released the single Purple Rain in 1984? That's a freebie for you.
Yeah. All right. So there's Prince. So I saved myself. I think I'm passing now, right? You
are 6 for 9, right? 6 or 7 for 6 for 9.
Okay. So for a C.
This is your last one.
To get a solid C, here we go.
Who had success in 1986 with the song Venus?
Oh, that's Bananarama.
There you go. So you are 7 for 10. You have a solid C.
A solid C. Woohoo!
Because I love you so much, I'm giving you a C+.
C+. Thank you. So that ends our episode.
That ends our episode.
So those were songs numbers 100 to 91 from KROQ in Los Angeles in 1984. Got some nice insight into what life was like for Mike back in the day. Next time when we return with our countdown, we'll be with Carmel Holt from Shiro's Radio. This will be a lot of fun. Talk with her and get her insights into different songs. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. The What Difference Does It Make podcast is a proud member of the Pantheon Network. So until next week, this is Dave.
This is Holly.
Check you later.
Over and out.